Hello viewers, welcome to educators.com. This is Venkatramana Ganji. In the previous session, we have discussed about what is list view and how to create a simple list view using array adapter. Now in this session, I am going to explain you what is a grid view and what are the different XML attributes we must specify, and a simple example to use to create a grid view using base adapter. So where we will customize our adapter. So I'm going to use an image adapter now. So the grid view is a view group which is going to display its children in two-dimensional array with a scrollable grid. So every grid item is automatically inserted to this particular layout using a base adapter, or a list adapter. You can do it. So the general attributes for your grid view in XML file is your uh, column width. So means this is going to specify the fixed width for each and every column. And horizontal spacing is going to define the default horizontal space between your columns. And vertical spacing, so which is going to create default spacing between your row. And number of columns, annual number of columns, which is going to define how many number of columns must be visible to the user. And what is a gravity? So android gravity is going to specify the gravity within that particular cell. And there is another property called stretch mode, which is going to define how columns should stretch to the fill available empty space in your particular column or maybe the grid item. Okay, now let us see a simple example on this. So I'm just taking the Android version images and creating a grid view. So let's start your Android Studio and create a project. So go to File, create a new project, name it as grid view. So click on next and do the necessary entries. It will take some time to load your project. Please wait. Project has been created successfully. Go to your layout file and just directly you can take your parent element as grid view, or else within your relative layout also you can do. So take an element of grid view. I'm taking the width and height as match, sorry, width and height as match parent. So create an ID for this, at the right ID. I'm taking it as grid. And as we discussed, so we must give number of columns. How many number of columns should be there? So if you say auto fit, it automatically fit according to the screen size. So because in Android different, so we have different devices with different screen sizes. Okay. So instead of giving auto fit, you can give like a number also. So immediately the view is going to be changed like this. So now I'm going to take it as auto fit, or else you can give 2. That is up to you. How do you specify? And give some horizontal spacing, and I'm taking it as 10 dp, and vertical spacing the same, I'm taking it as 10 dp. And to just take the gravity and make it center, so it is sent, it would be center in the grid item. So what are the remaining? We should take your column width. Okay, you can specify what is the column width should be. So defaultly it will be 90 dp, whatever the device it is. So then immediately automatically all of your views has been changed like this. Okay, so now I am done with creating the grid view layout. Now come back to your activity.java, as we already know how to do all of them. So create a view, grid view, and load that particular view into your activity using find view by id method, r.id.grid, and with semicolon, and typecast it to the corresponding grid view element. So we should set the data to this particular grid view. How do we set? Using adapters. So now I'm going to create an adapter so of my own. So just create your own adapter now. So we use set adapter method for that. So grid.setAdapter. Inside this, I am going to create my new adapter, naming it as image adapter, or maybe you can specify that as version adapter because I am using versions of Android. So I'll say versions adapter. So pass the listener for this. Save it. It is throwing some error for us because we did not create any class called version adapter. Here itself you can create after this class, or else you can create an adapter class in your package. So I'm going to create an adapter class in my package. So right click on your package name, create a new Java class, name it as versions adapter. So click on OK, and it must extend your base class. So where we used to create our own adapters, and it is throwing an error. Implement the methods. It is available with the four default methods like get count, get item ID, get view. So just implement all of those methods, save it. And here in our get view method, we are going to do all of our operation like how to set an images to your grid view and all. We'll do it here. In our main activity, it is throwing some error. So just go to your error bulb and create a constructor. The corresponding version adapter constructor has been created with the context of your activity. Or else you can directly create a context. So place them in your drawable folder. Right click on the drawable folder. So click on OK. So all of the image has been placed into the drawable folder. Create an integer array of versions. So create all of them. R dot drawable dot cupcake. So like this, keep on doing for each and every item, each and every version image. So I have created my versions integer array. Now just return your count, that is versions dot length is going to return your length of the details. So now let's create your items, grid items. So for each and every grid item, I should set the data. In our previous case for the list view, so there is a predefined resource ID, but now here we should create our own so ID or own grid item here. So just check the condition. If convert view is equals to null, then it should do something. So it is going to create an image view. So image view. Now if you want to create it, so it's a dynamically we are creating is equals to new image view. It is going to take the context. So okay, which we created already, just take it, and with semicolon now set the parameters for this image view like width and height. So set layout parameters and all will be there. I am trying to set something. Just call your set method. Set image bitmap, set image drawable. So I should set sizes. Okay. Layout parameters. Go to L. Set layout parameters. Yeah, here it is. So we should set parameters for this. So grid view of your view group. Okay. So it should be a grid view dot layout parameter. So here it is, layout params of the view group. You can give the height and width. So let us say I'm just taking it as 90 or 90, but actually the column width is specified as 90. So better it should be less than that. So if you gave 100 over there, you can take 90 here. So next, set scale type. So and we are going to take for image view we are setting it up. So image view dot set scale type dot center. Okay, and even you can add some padding also for this image view dot set padding. So for all the areas, so you can give 5 all the way to your image. So which will create a white space inside your view. So otherwise, if it is not null, so you must display whatever it is, and image view is equals to, so just convert view, and we should return an image view. Okay, so for that I should set the data for that image view dot set image resource or set image bitmap. So it is set image a resource where I am going to get a resource ID. So what is my array name? That is versions of your, so the position whatever it is, integer position. Save this. Now let's run your application. It will be launched on the emulator soon. So it is launching on the emulator now. So all the images are completely very tiny images. So if you observe here, everything is completely very tiny image. So let us see how to set them properly. So let's change the scale type to center crop from center. So even you can give add padding or not. So I'm going to change the size of the image little bit. Let us say 100 and 100 height, width and height. So now let us run this application. Just have a look at your emulator. Yeah. So it is going to look like this. Now let us see. So this is how it looks like. I want to handle the intent click functionality here as we discussed for the list view. So nothing to do with this. Just simply click a listener for this. So implement on item click listener interface, and it is going to implement a single method called on click, sorry, on item click. Here just do whatever you want to do. So I'm just passing a toast to the user saying which position image has been clicked. So that is going to be this comma the position. So I clicked on and just simply add your position. Here the index starts with 0. Okay, and the third parameter is your duration of the toast. So toast dot uh, length short or length long, that is up to you, and just you must call show method on this. Save this. Let's run the application. So it has been launched. When you click on this, So it is not recognizing the click functionality because I did not set the click for main listener for this particular grid view. So grid dot set on item click listener and pass this. Save it. Now let's click it. Click on run button. It automatically launches. So click on lollipop. I clicked on 9. So I clicked on 10, something like this. The index is starts with 0. So it works like this. Okay. So it's saying that I clicked on 0, but actually the index starts with 1. So, but in the real world, we don't do like this. When you click on a particular image, it should start a new activity. So let us say how to create, how to show this image view in a big, big view. Okay. To show that in a new activity, I need, so new activity file, go to package, click on, so activity, choose an empty activity. So this will be, I'm going to say image activity. So which is going to display an image. So click on finish button. So in this image XML, I'm going to show only a small image view for the user. So image view, so it's match parent, height is also match parent. So there must be some description for this content description. I'm just giving it as a name. Okay, and pass an ID for this ID, that is image. Save it. Come back to your image activity. So you should load an image view here into your application activity. So I'll say image view is equals to, so you must typecast it to image view and using find view by ID method, or dot id dot image and with semicolon. Now for this image view, I should set the image. But how would I get from main activity to the next activity? So we already discussed in the implicit intent concept how to pass a value from one activity to another activity. Okay, so let's do create an intent for this position. So in this on click item, instead of clicking on a showing on a toast, I would like to show a image view. So for that, let us start an intent to start a new activity which I created just now is equals to new intent of, so this is an explicit intent. Okay, so from the get application context comma the target value, the target is like image activity dot class and with semicolon, and now I would like to pass the value to the next activity. So how do we do that? So using put extras method. Okay, so intent dot put extra. So the string name I am just taking it as the position. Okay, whatever the position I have clicked on, that must be so carried away to the next one. So that is your position and with semicolon and start an activity. Okay, so what is the activity name? Image, sorry, pass an intent to that. So save this, and in an image activity you should get your intent. Okay, so for that we use get intent. Intent is equals to, just use a method called get intent. Now I should get it. So how would I get it? Intent dot get string extra. Okay, you should get your extra. So get extras dot, what we are trying to get an int value. Actually this is in the previous examples we have seen int get string, but now this is a get int, the key, whatever the key which I have passed in the previous session. So that is, the value is position and with semicolon to read the details from the previous class. So where this all should go actually to any particular object. Okay. So just create a variable and pass the values to that particular. So let's pass this to an integer, whatever the position we have clicked so far. And now get call your the object, whatever you created so far. Okay. So that is there in your versions adapter is equals to new versions adapter, and now set this particular image view. So image view dot set image resource, which is an id. So what it is exactly the position, the versions of your, what is the ID, integer id we created here, that is versions. Okay, versions of your particular position. So you simply call your versions of the position, whatever you got. So save this. So this is of our versions adapters. So dot versions of the position. So now save this. Let's run this project now. It has been launched successfully. Click on any image. So it is showing it in a full screen mode. So say take whatever the image you are trying to get. So just get all of them. So like this, through passing an ID from one activity to another activity, we are reading the details. So this is all about your grid view, and the same concept for your customizing the grid view or customizing the list view. So we'll discuss customizing a list view in the next session. Thanks for watching educators.com. Let's catch up in the next session.